maybe 7,000 to 8,000 people when I was coaching British Sabre fencers there, and honestly your heart rate goes through the roof. You know what it's like yourself, and it's twice as difficult for the athletes as it is for the coaches on the sidelines. So it's so important for Hungary to get a strong start, control the middle of the piece, not let the adrenaline make them rush too much.
So getting things underway, it's going to be Andras Satmari, who won the silver medal in the individual competition against Oh Sang-guk, who took gold.
So Carrera 1, 2, 3 on the team sheet, so their order will be O starting and finishing for them. It's probably a tiny, tiny advantage for Hungary, as O will have less time on the piste than if they were 4, 5, 6 attacking preparation for Satmari to start off. He fell short with the attack, but then managed to score a stop hit really on the wrist on the way back. Martellotti refereeing this first leg. Compound attack from the Korean. Satmari looking for the parry, but looking for it too soon. Similar compound attack, but this time Satmari trying to use distance, and O using that huge lunge just to catch him on the arm.
So if you're new to fencing, then this is Sabre, the whole of the upper body, the target.
O is fired up for this.
He really is. It's a cutting weapon, so you can score with the length of the blade as well as the tip, and it's a weapon of convention, so the referee has to determine who has the right of way.
For Satmari, O tried to make him short. Satmari has a deceptively long lunge. You think you've made a miss and just squeezes out another few centimetres of reach.
Andras Deshi, the brother of Tamas Deshi, the reserve, the national team coach.
Another attack for Satmari. Same preparation, longer step into the middle. So he can start lunge instead of step lunge. So he doesn't give O the chance to hit him on preparation. Again, it was the right decision tactically, just didn't quite get the execution right. Mal parry. And you see when Satmari does the 2 smaller, faster steps, he's normally trying to set up parry post. Nice attack, very clever. So he switched there. It's a very clever use of the footwork preparation there. So the previous hit, he'd done 2 steps, tried to set up the parry post.
He did this kind of jump in that time.
Exactly, he's fed O the information that he was going to do the same thing again, but then suddenly changed into a lunge. O was asking for video to see if Satmari made 2 actions, missing with the first, but he didn't, and I think that was a correct call. Good start for Satmari. I think they just need to contain O. They don't need to score too heavily off him, just not let him run away.
So again, if you're new to this, then watch the feet first, and then look up at the hands, and that'll give you an idea as who had the initiative, who had the right of way.
And Satmari drew Owen, made him fall short, hit him quickly with his own attack. Perfect start for the Hungarians. I think they would have been happy being within a couple of hits at this stage, but being 1 up, it's a great start.
And coming on for Korea, it's Gu Bong-gil, and for Hungary, the Olympic champion from both London and Rio is Aaron Salagi.
And after that first leg, the Korean coach immediately got his fencers in the huddle, had a very quick word with him about the tactics. Just straight away after his first few hits. Not wanting to let this get out of control with the atmosphere and the crowd and the adrenaline of the Hungarian fencers. Simultaneous.
Yeah, so they both came in, stopped, restarted at exactly the same time.
Attack for Salagi. Referee says no. His foot landed first and then hand was too late. Salagi thinks he did 1 direct attack.
Now this is one of the, if you look at the replay, this is one of the technical points of Sabre.
For me, that's going to get changed on video. That looks like 1 direct attack for me.
His foot did land first, but the attack was coming
well
through.
Into that final action. It wasn't land and then the final action delivered after. There's a long discussion going on video. Papa Touré is the video referee. I'm not sure that the referees agree with each other on this. I think Papa Touré looking for a change. Martinotti, I'm not sure. Maybe a suspension, maybe. We'll see. Changes, yes. Tactouche. Correct decision, I think. It's always a sign of a good ref. They're prepared to look at the video and say, yep, need to change that. Across the Gu.
Yeah, that was fairly clear that time.
Salagi just lunging a bit too early that time. The hit before he'd just gone a little bit longer and slower with the preparation.
The right of way changing when that parry came in.
Second preparation for Gu this time. I think Aaron Salagi just needs to maybe mix up his rhythm at the start a bit. He's just at the moment doing the same rhythm, same jump step. So Gu is starting to read his intention, starting to feel the timing.
So just for the uninitiated, just explain attack on preparation.
Yeah, so both fencers are beginning in the middle together, but one of them lunges first before the other fencers begun their attack. To attack into the preparation. And even if it's during one fencer's attacking action, but they make a technical mistake, maybe bring the hand back or the foot lands too early before the attacking action, then that can also change the situation. That's correct, they both paused. Both went together. Attack right, Gu is starting to dominate the middle.
So what does Salagi do now? Does he change his tactics to maybe bring Gu out, go on the defensive? He's got a great power riposte.
I think the problem is that he tried that the hit before and got hit with a longer attack, and I think he's not quite confident enough to make him miss. I think he needs to find the power riposte, but that was a lovely, much better preparation. What he needed to do there, exactly what he did, is sharpen up his footwork, be more aggressive at the beginning, and draw a reaction, provoke a reaction from his opponent, not just wait and see what was happening. Salagi had the attack with the feet, but that's an example of what we're talking about. He made a mistake with the hand, and Gu lunged into the preparation. The smaller, sharper preparation was better that I think Salagi did the previous hit. Attack no riposte.
And Salagi just came in with a big step there and almost telegraphed. Gu was able to spot it for 10-7.
I think for Salagi, I think he needs to just sharpen up there in the middle, go a bit smaller, keep longer distance, and then either use the blade action or making fall short with distance, rather than trying to go first intention.
So the way the scoring works, they change at 5 or multiples of all the way up to 45, and it gives the trailing team a chance to score more than 5. So Sanad Ghomeshi coming on now against Ha Han Sol. Ha, if he gets to that target of 15, can only score 5, whereas Ghomeshi could score 8 potentially in this third leg.
We'll see how Ghomeshi approaches this one tactically. There you go, the shorter, sharper preparation. That's exactly the way to approach these fights with the Korean guys. A nice attack. He's got that just right. Control the distance well. Might try and set up an attack or attack on prep now. Oh, lovely. Exactly the same rhythm. Counter-attack parry, riposte for the left. Good start to this leg from Ghomeshi. And he takes over the attack. Oh, just caught in 2 minds there.
Yeah.
Chonad has come to this with exactly the right game plan for Ha. How will the Korean respond now? More direct from Ha, long step. Just taking initiative, not waiting and watching so much. Both aggressive, positive, direct actions, no time. No one made a mistake, so simultaneous.
Oh,
short.
Just.
And once you give any of these three guys in the Korean team, the priority is so difficult to stop their attack. They control the distance really well. They're all big and strong with a powerful finish. Very disciplined and patient.
Yeah, footwork, 80% of this, and that was a great footwork from Ha Han-sol there. Able to make Ghemeshi's attack miss through distance and then picked up the right of way. Finish. Nice.
Ghemeshi missed the first parry. Ha then went on the attack, thinking Ghemeshi was off balance, which he was, but he managed to pull out parry post there. Look at that circular parry, beautiful action.
If you were going to say that that's what the Hungarians do so well, isn't it? That technical.
Absolutely, that was a classic Hungarian hit.
Whereas the Koreans tend to be more physical once they get big moving attacks.
Ghemeshi on fire here. This is a great leg from Conrad. Great work rate in defence. Misses, but quick removes with a plunge and jumping attack. Didn't give Han-sol a chance to regain balance.
Well, scores tied, 12 apiece.
Oh. Another fantastic adapted attack there. He was looking for the parry, and then he changed it into a lunge when he saw Han-sol go back.
Yeah, so making decisions like that at speed. Came in with a plan, didn't happen the way he was thinking it was going to, and then changed it and did something else.
Absolutely adapted from defence into attack very quickly. It was a very, very good action from Ghemeshi.
So every time they come onto the line, they think, I'm going to do this.
Oh, parry post.
They have a plan every time they step up into the on-guard line.
It may not be very specific, may not be, in that case, I think that was a setup. Open up with an invitation and then closed out with a parry post, but it may not always be that specific. It may simply be an open eyes plan. I'm going to step in and watch. But going in with your eyes closed without thinking anything is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And that was a phenomenal leg from Conor Ghemeshi. He pulled out a whole range of actions there. He dominated the beginning of the leg with sharp preparations, made his opponent fall short. And then he landed long attacks, and then he started to pull out those Hungarian parry posts. Fantastic leg from the fencer from Guadalajara Club.
And he wins that one 8-2. So a really good example of how the scoring system works in team competitions. Steely look from Ghemeshi there as he hands over. Andras Satmari comes on, the individual silver medal winner. And Gu Bong-gil comes on for Korea. Now Gu had a good leg against Silagi, beats him 6-2. And Satmari, well, he in his first leg beat 5-4.
Interesting to see if Satmari approaches this leg tactically more like Ghemeshi did than the previous leg, where Silagi was not quite sharp enough on his preparation. Second preparation for Gu. Compound attack for Gu, very good control. You see that long attack, controlling the distance all the way, and then huge lunge at the end. And at the moment, Gu seems to be the form man in this Korean lineup. Satmari just getting caught on the line. Just a little bit too passive at the beginning. Needs to, instead of just watching, needs to be forcing a reaction, provoking reactions. There, much better movement.
Oh. Now Satmari.
Goose slipped on the lunge, banged his knee on the floor.
Yeah. Satmari had the opportunity there, but the referee had called halt.
Kiers there, Satmari is much more aggressive into the middle and then much higher work rate on the way out. I think it was reasonable there. Gu did go down, his back leg, his back knee was down on the floor.
Yeah, Satmari does acknowledge that. And gentlemanly conduct, sporting conduct. So look at the score, 15 apiece, but 3-1, 16-15 now.
Satmari attacked in the middle. Gu went for parry post. There was a contact on the blade, but I think it was a mal parry. I think the original call from the referee will stand. Gu has asked him to go and check on video. And this is a two-hit swing. This one is either going to be 16-15 to Hungary or 16-15 to Korea. It's changed. We couldn't see the slow-mo from here. My first instinct was that was correct originally, but on slow motion the referee says first it was a parry and then a release. So after the parry the priority passed to Gu and it should be his touch.
Yeah, well, the crowd don't like it. Whistles going around this Bock Arena.
Gu falls short. Satmari, nice compound attack that time. That's what he has to do more, into the middle, and then use a lot of distance to make Gu miss that huge lunge, not just 1 or 2 steps back. And Satmari does have a very strong long attack, so once he gets priority down the piste, he's okay. He's going to convert most of those hits.
It's just getting that action, getting it to that point where you are driving your opponent back. Statistically, what are the chances? How does it always work out? So say if you have a fencer that's driving their opponent right to the back line, how often do they normally convert?
It's a bit like the first serve in tennis. You want to be, for winning a big match against a fencer of equal level, you want to be around the 70-80% mark. You want to be 3 to 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5 is dangerous territory. 4 out of 5 really is where you want to be.
But it's getting to that stage. It's being able to work it so that you are given that opportunity.
Right, yeah. And now the way fencing is developed, Sabre fencing is there are fewer attacks up and down the piste and more parries, attacks and preparation, actions in the middle, 4, 5, 6 meters. Attack no, yes, that's correct. Gu misses the first. Satmari just quickly pulled him short, riposted.
And you often see that Gu acknowledging that to the referee, and Papaturi will say thank you to Gu, acknowledging that his attack had missed.
And that time, Satmari didn't use distance, he tried to use the blade. He hasn't been successful in taking the parry post. I think he should just focus more on making Gu fall short. Nice attack. Much sharper preparation, you see, just as Gameshi did. Changed up his preparation, small and fast, provoked a reaction and then could exploit it. And that's the way I think that Hungarians need to switch to preparing. And again, he did the same again. Gu's asked for video.
Well, what's Gu asking the referees to look at here? If there was any, the hand coming back maybe of Satmari?
Yeah, Satmari did 2 hand actions. He did a feint to flank and a cut to chest. Now the question is, did his final action, did his first action end the attack, or was it a feint? And it's partly to do with when the timing of the hand and foot is, and partly to do with how deep the feint is. We didn't get to see the slow motion there, but it felt to me like the correct action. Satmari looked for a feint, Gu looked for a parry, and then Satmari hit the open side.
Nothing given there. Simultaneous attack. If you look at the scores, 6-4 is the individual score for this leg. We're into the 4th period.
The Hungarians still with their noses in front, and I think that's all they're going to be worried about, is just keeping control of this match. You can see how high stress this match is for both of them. Every time there's a close decision, fencers are really stressed and tense.
And you really don't want that tension to sneak in.
That's right.
Mentally, you need to be sharp, but you can't be tense in the body.
That's together. See if Satmari changes up to the shorter preparation again. Do ask for video, but doesn't have a video. The crowd perhaps a little unfairly booing him, asking for video.
Yeah.
Well, Gu thinks he found the blame on the way in.
But he's got no video appeal.
He's got no video left. Satmari and about 10,000 Hungarians think that it was Satmari's.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. No, it was straight.
Yeah. It's a good call from Papature. He kept control of that situation really well. Papature, they could have boiled over there, but he had stamped his authority very calmly on that leg. And Hungary keep their noses in front. This is an enormously important leg here. If Chona Gemeshi produces the form he had against Ha and Sol, then Hungary will be in control of this match.
So Chona Gemeshi on for Hungary, Osangut on for Korea.
And just to mention that Ha has been subbed off for Kim, which could be interesting. I think that, for me, that actually is for Hungary, that plays into their hands a bit. I think Silagi will fancy his chances of producing quite a few hits against Kim. Simultaneous, and again, Gemeshi with that sharp preparation. Clearly come out with the intention of provoking and forcing the issue. The referee says attack left. Thinks he got attack in preparation. He's asked Martellotti to review it. He was very late with the lunge, but at the same time, Gemeshi did hold his hand back. You'll see here, 1-2. For me, that might get changed on video. Just depends on the referee's feeling of whether was too late with the lunge.
And if it does get changed on video, you can guarantee the reaction of the crowd.
Yes, changed. It's been changed. I think that's correct. It's a good call. A few whistles and boos.
Yep, that's the reaction we expected. Luigi Martellotti, though.
Left. Fantastic change up for Gemeshi. Went deeper into the middle and then lunged off his first preparation. Caught O by surprise. Hasn't used that preparation very much so far in the match, and I think O wasn't expecting it. There you go, the short, sharp preparation to pull his opponent short. Oh, counter-attack from O. Gemeshi didn't do very much wrong there. Just incredible control of distance from the Korean.
It's not his right of way, but nips in there with that stop cut. And then if there's only one light on the box, it can only go one way.
Absolutely. You only need the referee to make a decision when both fences have hit one another. If one of you misses and one of you hits, priority is irrelevant. Gemeshi still tactically played that hit exactly right. He just needed to be more patient with the attack. I don't think he needs to change what he's doing. Just a little bit more clinical. Power across. Absolutely right. And once again, he used that same sharp preparation and drew his opponent's reaction. Not going so passively. Brave and clever fencing. Tried the same again.
Well, the referee Luigi Martellotti just saying merci because Gemeshi did acknowledge that.
Yeah, acknowledged it as a malparry.
So thanking the fencer for admitting. It's almost like walking in cricket, if you're into cricket.
Very, very good control from O. The level of discipline on his attack is second to none.
I wonder what O's percentage is when he gets his opponent down into the box at the end, the hatch at the end.
Must be around 90, I would say. That's where he can be vulnerable, just there.
Oh, trying that stop cut again.
Line misses. The line misses.
Nah.
So
yeah, just explain this one.
Yeah, O had his arm out straight. So it's called the line position. If you run onto the point, it's not that action you're watching now, but this is the line.
Point in line.
If you run onto that point, then you have basically landed your opponent's attack for them. You have to knock the blade out of the way. Or
but it did look like there moved the point away from the target.
Absolutely. For a line to be valid, it has to be out before the final step lunge. It has to be a straight arm, and the point has to be threatening the target.
At all times.
At all times. This is a big call. In real time, my first feeling was that it wasn't a line. Either that it had possibly passed the target, which on slow-mo it doesn't look like it had, and also that he'd taken it from the target, which on slow-mo it does look as though he'd have. And it's another tough decision. The referee's not, I think, Toure says, your decision, I'm not sure. Line touche.
Oh, another big decision.
It's a huge decision.
Oh, Luigi Martellotti is not going to be the flavour of the month if Korea go on and win this.
It's brave refereeing, you know. He goes back to video, he's prepared to say, made a mistake in real time. I'd like to see that one back again, but the point definitely landed. His original decision was that the point hadn't landed, which on video it did. Gimeshi made his opponent short, missed his attack. Again, tactically playing it so well, but O is able to adapt so quickly.
And look at the individual score in this fifth period.
Be interesting to see if they keep Gimeshi on after this or give Tamas Deji a chance.
Well, Deji came on in the semi-final.
Yeah, he did, and did a good job, 5-5 with Somele.
Oh, this is great from Oh Sang-gook.
Individual world champion pulling Korea back into it and back into the lead. 7-2 late for the Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll know in the next minute or two if Gimeshi will be substituted.
Yeah, they have to put in that substitution one fight before.
So they'd have to notify the referee now. I think they're going to sub him. I would have kept him on if it was up to me, because I don't think a 7-2 score against Sang-gook, who is one of arguably the 2 or 3 greatest fencers in the world at the moment.
Well, he's arguably the best fencer in the world at the moment.
I don't think that reflects what Gimeshi would do against Gu, or indeed takes into account what he did against Ha earlier in the match. However, the sub in the semi-final proved to be a tactically good one. Salagi just going a bit too soon there. Too much adrenaline. And the Olympic champion just needs to take control of the middle of the piece there. Parry pass, brilliant action from John Kim.
Oh, the sub is on.
He drew Salagi into that tempo. He gave Salagi information he was going to attack.
Well, I was looking through all of their matches up until this point. Kim hasn't fenced. Wow. Kim hasn't come on.
They haven't needed him. No one's got over 25.
That's true.
Brilliant hit from Salagi. Coming in under the parry. You feel he has to pull 2 or 3 back here. Salagi on the defensive. Has the line. Yes.
Well, you've got to say he's being consistent there, Martellotti.
The big question is, did he take the point off target? Now, the point definitely landed. The arm is straight. It's a bit of a bend in the wrist. The fact that John Ho Kim looks for the blade doesn't help his case either. And the late, great Kapishvari would say, I'd give the line because I like fencing. One of the great referees, sadly passed away a couple of years ago, who would have favoured the technically good action if it was a 50-50 call.
Ooh, not good body language there from Martellotti, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good now. He's
the
giving
line.
it.
I think that's a great decision. If you don't give that hit, I think then you're almost saying the line's kind of out of operation for the rest of the match.
Yeah, well, he's got to be consistent as well, because the He gave the line to O.
Oh, that's a great hit from Salagi. Did you see how much more aggressive his preparation was there? Drew Kim's tempo, made him miss, and immediately took over the attack. That's how he needs to fence. And again, more aggressive preparation, starting to feel his opponent's rhythm. And when Salagi feels the rhythm, you've got a problem.
Yeah. Means that he can then anticipate what you're going to do. Here we go.
There it is, attack direct.
Well, he's not the Olympic champion for nothing.
I would say if you look at Salagi versus O is clinical, consistent, and brilliant fencer. Salagi, when he finds his form, just has a bit of magic, a kind of magic, you might say.
Yeah.
That no other fencer on the circuit has, I think.
Yeah, he certainly does have a kind of magic.
Kim on the attack. Will he try the line again? Yes, he will. Line parry post. Tried to counter-attack off it. And with the Koreans, rarely the counter-attack's a good option because they keep such long distance, they can see that counter-attack coming in time to finish. Usually you have to try and resort to parry post or line.
Because they're so fast with that long attack, is that?
It's the control of distance and then the explosiveness in the final action. Yeah,
acceleration.
Exactly right.
It's brought a new physicality to the sport, the Koreans.
Absolutely, they raised the bar of the athleticism of Sabre.
There's the Korean hop.
I think possibly
Kim just maybe twisted his ankle slightly in that.
Yeah,
in that attack.
On the landing. I think Salagi's asked for video because he thinks
Kim
crossed
he did
over.
cross. He did cross. And interesting that the crowd are like, whoa, because they just saw that replay, and it goes to show how knowledgeable this crowd is.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's going to get overturned.
Aficionados here. I think the only thing they're talking about, the referees, is whether they give Salagi his light, because the crossover cancels out the light of the attacking fencer Kim. He gets a yellow. And depending on the moment when the crossover happened, how long before the Salagi's light, he may or may not get his light counting as valid. Hungarian coach is now saying we should have a touch. But because the crossover happened long before the hitting action, the referee's saying the fencing phrase finished at the crossover.
Yeah, so Kim losing a point, but Salagi not gaining a point. Kim getting a yellow.
Salagi's, I think he might be asking for a directoire technique decision on this. That means you would get the...
Oh, who will come out? Yevgeny?
The technical directorate to make a ruling on the implementation of this rule of the crossover.
So there was the hop, there was the cross. Just on the replay there.
Hungarian coaches are saying we should get an extra touch. The rule is if it's during the same fencing phrase, then the crossover happens. The person who committed the crossover offence as light is cancelled. They get a yellow card for the crossover, and if the other fencer had a light on, their light remains valid, so they will get a touch and the defending fencer gets a yellow. If it's from a previous fencing phrase, so that's difficult to define, then the referee said the crossover happened, crossover finished, there's a yellow card, and then there was a further fencing phrase during which lights came on, which I'm discounting because the fight should have stopped at the crossover. It's a grey area.
So have a look at this replay here. So the crossover comes here.
One. For me, that should be a point for Salagi. It's a step lunge attack attempt. The attack is defined as the final step lunge. He tries to do a final step lunge. And during that, he crosses over.
So more than just a yellow card, Salagi should get the point.
I don't know if there's a DT decision or if it's just the referees discussing to make a final decision.
Well, that doesn't look good for Szilagyi if Martelotti's talking to him and explaining it to him. Don't want to second guess the decision.
Szilagyi's not happy. The crowd's booing, but Szilagyi's asked them to stop.
Good sportsmanship there from Szilagyi.
Could be a big decision. Either way, Szilagyi is finding his rhythm now in this match. Attacking Pepper. Video. Now there's a blade contact when Szilagyi did find the timing. He feels it was mal-parried. Kim feels he got the parry post, which is what the referee gave. That is a real 50-50 call there.
Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Well, I know it's broken up the fencing, but it's really added to the tension.
There's a lot of drama in that leg. Szilagyi not happy with the last 2 touches.
No, and finishes that one 5 apiece. So the lead has changed hands a couple of times, but we go into the final third. We've seen everyone twice, apart from the substitution, obviously. Hart went out for Kim. And we are going to see Tamas Deshi come on. They played their sub for Chano Gameshi. And Gameshi, well, he had 8-2 up over Har. Okay, he lost 7-2 to O. Deshi is a interesting and really charismatic style of fencer.
I think the problem for Deshi is he needs to not commit with his. He has that big step lunge we talked about earlier, actually, in the semi-finals earlier today. It's a very unusual rhythm. Sometimes he can get caught in the preparation as he does it, so he needs to just control the start of each hit. And it's been a good start for Gu.
Yeah, Deshi needs to settle himself now. It's a 5-point gap. Nothing given.
More attack left there, but not enough time to convince the referee. This is a little bit of a war of attrition at the moment. 4 simultaneouses. Deshi not going to back down. Just came in over the top of the guard. Flicked over the top of the guard and hit the wrist. 75% of the time that would be a parry pass, but Deshi managed to get his light on.
Yeah.
Falls short.
Now, just explain Papatoure's decision there. He said he was looking for Sheshlefer, looking for the blade.
Slow motion here. There's a miss. Then he thinks Deshi looks for the blade. I'm not sure that he does, to be honest. But it may just be attack right anyway. My feeling is Gu took a step back.
Well, the crowd with Deshi there.
And Papatoure having a long look at the video. There's been a few long video reviews here, a lot of discussion.
A lot of technical discussion, and
I think we might see a change here. Because I don't think, if the reason that the hit was not given to Deshi is that he looked for the blade, then I think we should see a change, because I don't think he did look for the blade. He did quite a big cutting action.
No.
But maybe they've just changed to attack no, attack two, which is a more reasonable phrasing of the hit, but it still goes to Korea.
Yeah. He changed the way that he described the hit, but he didn't actually change the point.
Exactly.
So 33-28 the score.
Oh,
that was nice.
Deceptively long Deshi. He's not a tall fencer, he's not the biggest guy.
No, he looks fairly short and squat, but he's got really good flexibility.
Yeah, huge, powerful lunge. Almost Korean style. together. Gu's hand was ahead, but he didn't gain enough time to convince the referee. Gu just twitching before LA.
Sana Gameshi we saw there in the box with his head down. He's played his part. The other two, Salagi and Satmari, are pacing with intent, as is Osang Guk. Oh, parry, counter parry.
And I think Dechi parried. There, Gu counter parried. And then a remise from Dechi, and he blocked out the riposte. Scrapping for those single lights, Dechi. He is a fighter, this guy. He's been on the circuit a long time. Very experienced fencer. Gu on the attack. Controls the distance well. Counter attack. Brilliant hit from Dechi.
Yeah, he's doing his job. 4-3. That's his brother, his older brother, who's the national team coach.
He found the blade with a preen beat, a circular beat, and Gu went for parry post, but it was mal parried. Good blade action from Dechi. Crowd cheering him on, shouting Tom.
Sana Gameshi. Oh, the emotions are running high. Oh, now something, yeah, simultaneous.
Crowd wants everything now.
Yeah.
Touche. Dechi looked for the circular parry, tierce parry.
Dechi just needs to get a couple now before Gu can get to the target of 35. No, he's not done it. And that one ends. It ends 35-31 with Gu winning it 5-4.
This is the key leg now of the entire match. Satmari, individual silver medalist, against the fourth Korean, the substitute.
Satmari is the on-form fencer for the Hungarian team. Fresh from a silver medal in the individual competition.
He needs to put Salagi within 2 hits, I would say, to give him a reasonable chance against Do. But at the end of the day, whatever the score, Salagi is one of the few fencers in the world that you can say can build a series of hits against Do.
So within 2 means he's got to score. He's got to get his score up to 7. Yeah, 7-5.
I think a bigger deficit than that is going to be not impossible, but the odds then go to Korea. Good start for Kim. Satmari going off that one-step preparation again. We talked about earlier, it's probably not the right rhythm. Attacking preparation parried by Kim. This is a bit too passive again from Satmari. He needs to sharpen up.
Yeah, it really does, because he's running out of room on the scoreboard. Kim just 3 points away from the target score of 40.
That's more what he needs to do. Shorter, sharper preparation, but he made his opponent short, but then Kim pulled out a very nice parry post. As you said, the Korean fencers are not just great athletes, they're technically very complete fencers as well. Tap left, yes. One back. It's the first time Kim has rushed. And Satmari capitalised.
This next point, really, really crucial. Nothing given.
Satmari asked for video. He felt he got ahead.
Well, I felt he did, but maybe I was just wishing he did.
He was more aggressive, his intent looked more aggressive. I think the final action, he was just a little bit out of control and maybe lost a bit of time in the final action. Look here, bam, finally together. It's going to go for parry post at the back, perhaps. There it is.
There it is.
You see him trying to set that up, trying to draw the opponent in.
Yeah. It's not a low-risk strategy. It's a very high-risk strategy, that one.
It's a matter of perception. I think it's the only possible way to stop that attack. It's a zero-sum game, obviously. If you get a counter-attack or stop cut or make miss, but none of them are going to work, then the only choice is parry post.
Oh,
Misses, good distance from Kim.
Great distance from Kim.
This is a very complete performance from the Koreans against...
And it's brilliant from Kim as well.
It has been.
Kim Jong-ho to come on, having not fenced all day. That's an important point for Satmar. He needs a couple more. If he can get the next two, it could still be on.
Gu shouting at his teammate not to rush, not to go too big. Satmari has brilliant attacking preparation in the middle. You don't want to give him that hit if you can help it. This Hungarian performance has been excellent against one of the outstanding Sabre teams ever.
Yeah, well, the Koreans have won the last 2 World Championship titles. They're looking to make it 3 in a row. That looked pretty simultaneous right there.
Long chat again between the two referees. Simultaneous. Good call.
Come on, Andras Satmari, make it close.
Oh,
yes!
He missed the first. He missed the first. Kim wasn't fast enough to react. Satmari just tickled the wrist with a remise just there. Look. Big chance for the Korean there to close out his leg. But
I'd just like to point out, I'm not supporting one team or the other. I just want a really good end to this match.
oh, what a power across. Satmari was dead and buried. And from somewhere, he pulled out an incredible power across. Outstanding technique from the Hungarian.
Right, it's now 5-4. Another couple from Satmari, and Hungary could be right back in this. Kim just needs the one.
Satmari's got to 5, so... Oh, another good attack.
That's...
Video. I felt that was the first action.
Well, Papature signalling that it was 2 actions. Let's have a look at the
Slow
replay.
motion here. Yeah, for me, one sweeping action, not attack though. Depends on whether he's just saying the foot landed too early.
Oh, it's a really, really big call. Yes. The crowd.
And now Satmari pulls one back, and this is where
And he's asking for the crowd support, and they are giving it to him in spades.
And given that he was 4-2 down in this leg, he's picked up 4 in a row, which are crucial hits.
Well, we said 7-5 would be...
I think we said, yeah, if he was in,
would be the ideal.
Together. All 3 legs, Satmari started a little bit too passively and then found his rhythm and become more positive and take the initiative more. Oh, great attack from Kim.
Yeah, Satmari could not find the parry on that occasion. And 6-5, well, not quite what we had hoped Satmari could achieve, but he's still done a great job. And he hands over to the Olympic champion, Aron Salagi, trailing by 3. But it's the Olympic champion against the world champion.
What a performance from both these teams under such pressure. The adrenaline from this crowd. This Korean team, so clinical, so brutally effective. The Hungarians putting out some incredible parries, a couple of nice line hits. Just hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And now it's down to Aron Salagi, one of the great fencers of the last couple of generations, to produce some magic
So
against O, the great fencer of the current, well, the last 2 years, really.
Textbook style and skill of Szilagyi against the power, speed, and athleticism of Guk.
Attack Norikov. See the rhythm Szilagyi started with. Short, fast steps, draw a reaction. Not that slower, passive preparation. There's the reaction. There is the parry cross.
So he's trying to make his opponent do something. Again, same move. This time,
attack. Fall short.
yeah, O able to get out of the way now. O building, building, building. 80% of the time he should finish this.
Parry cross. Unbelievable. Right on the back line.
Maybe he was looking for the parry, waiting for the parry.
2, 3, outstanding. Both fencers, incredible skill, incredible fencing.
Do you think O was expecting that parry?
No, I think it's just pure reaction.
Pure reactions.
Szilagyi has to land this one. There it is. There it is. Aggressive intent from the Hungarian.
O trying to hop up into the air to make his opponent miss, but Szilagyi was going in on the high line, so.
I can tell you, Gil cannot watch what is going on right now. He's pacing around with his head down. Attack for Szilagyi. Oh, going to ask for video. Maybe attack now, he's saying. Maybe the foot landed first. I think he didn't help his case by looking for a parry as Szilagyi did the first part of the action. Here. Oh, there. Looks for the parry, you see? So maybe attack no. Cherche la fête, which means search for the blade.
Yeah.
And then attack too. Attack given. It's huge.
That is huge. So just 1 point in it now. This is just what Aaron Szilagyi needed to do at the beginning of this period.
Fall short, so good. Oh, big counter attack from Szilagyi. Hungarian technique again.
And early as well.
Earlier on the piece to right, yeah. Let Sangoko close distance. He slowed himself down, let Sangoko step into distance and took the blade. Genius.
There. So we're all tied. Oh, Sanguk will change his weapon. Buy himself some thinking time. But it just gives the crowd another opportunity to up the tension in this arena.
What a performance from both teams. This is the highest quality match I've seen for a very, very long time in men's Sabre.
It's incredible. But so many technical calls as well.
Absolutely.
So much to debate. Glad you're here, John.
It's easy, really. Parry pass. Szilagyi is in the zone.
Szilagyi is doing what only Aaron Szilagyi can do.
Unbelievable. Sangoko, who sometimes looks invincible on the piste, has currently been giving a fencing lesson by Aaron Szilagyi.
Yeah, it does seem that way. 5-1 in this leg. Oh, look for the parry, couldn't find it. And Szilagyi now 2 away from the gold medal.
Well, Sangoko wants video, but he doesn't have video, and he thought Szilagyi missed the first action. The referee's going to look. That's interesting. I don't think they'll have video.
I don't think they do.
No. Crowd's booing because the referees are checking video. Tough call.
The referee can decide to go, and maybe it was just a facial expression of
or maybe maybe Papature asked him to come and check.
Yes, there is that as well.
But Martellotti says 1 action, so attack touche. It wasn't attack near the knees. Sangako is just starting to lose his composure.
Yeah, well, this is important because he's 22 years old, burst onto the scene, and this is where the top fencers are made. They're forged in steel, forged in the furnace of this competition. Oh, twitchy.
Szalagi's intensity level is so high. Attack parry, the referee says attack parry, Szalagi says parry cost.
Well, oh, so powerful on the way through.
He's asked for video. I think that was the right call. My gut instinct was the attack landed.
Yeah, it did.
Parry, you could see that. Szalagi doesn't need to let this decision disturb his rhythm. He's fencing incredibly well. Can O settle himself down and find the form that's seen him as one of the dominant fencers of the season.
Yeah, he's just explaining where it hit him on the arm.
I think that's a good call. I think Szalagi feels he found the blade first, but when he looks back at that, I think he'll realise the timing of the action was not quite what he thought. 6-2 in this leg for the Hungarian.
Yeah, and Sabre just asking and telling Szalagi, just calm it down, calm it down. Oh, that is the Koreans, and we're tied at 43-all.
Hungarian coaches are going crazy at that one. They want the beat counter-attack for Szalagi.
Oh, is there a... Yeah.
I heard a blade contact on the way in, but I couldn't see what it was. We need to see the slow motion. Maybe that Szalagi looked for the blade that hit too low.
These are the moments that sportsmen live for. Tack.
Oh, tack left. My mistake there. My mistake.
Oh, wow.
O thinks it's his. We're going to see slow motion here. Martellotti says attack, counter-attack. Oh, it's very togethery on the video. My first feeling was O got time, attack in preparation. The referee gave attack, and then looking at the video, it looks together, which just shows you how difficult it is to interpret those 100-mile-an-hour hits.
Yeah, Martellotti has given a card to the Korean box.
Yeah, I think specifically it's a personal card for the coach, not for the whole team, which is quite important. And Szalagi is a touch away from pulling off one of the great turnarounds in recent times and winning Team World Championships for Hungary on home turf.
Yeah.
Against the world champion.
And reigning Team World Champions, Korea. They've won this twice before. Direct. Look at the flexibility of O. Jumped up James Brown style from the piece.
He's an incredible athlete, such power. And here we are. Couldn't write the script, could you?
No, this is right down to the wire.
The two best fencers in the world this year, two of the best fencers of the generation at 44-44 in the final of the World Championships.
Oh, I can hardly look. Here we go.
I don't think the ref will separate that one. I don't think he'll separate that one.
Well, obliged to look at 44-all.
What's he going to do? Yes,
Nothing
I think that's
given.
wise.
Yeah,
The match deserves a better hit than that.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. It's a good call.
For the independent, it's a great call. Here we go. Szalagi, falls short. Oh.
There's the line again.
Oh, it's got it.
Attack, Korea
has
win.
got it.
World champion.
Oh, they've done the three-peat. Korea have won this gold medal for the third time of asking. And wow, what drama. What absolute drama. We will, of course, check the video.
Absolutely, the crowd can't believe it. The Hungarians can't believe it. The team, Szilágyi can't believe it. Just missed that attack by millimeters.
Yeah, oh, able to get out of the way. Szilágyi had the opportunity to clinch the gold. It fell short. And there it is. Korea have done it for the third time of asking. And you've got to take your hats off to the team from Hungary. What an incredible match that was.
Extraordinary fencing. Dramarama actually put in an incredible first leg to pull the Hungarians back in. That final leg from Szilágyi is some of the finest Sabre fencing you're ever going to see from both fences on the piece. The Hungarians gave 100%, they gave everything, they left nothing behind. But in the end, that one single hit separated the two teams. And Sangoko just managed to keep his head at the end.
There were some really interesting decisions as well. The crossing of the feet for
absolutely. I think the refereeing was excellent. There were some really tough calls. There were one or two debatable calls, but that's Sabre fencing. But I don't think there were any hits there that you look back at and say that was a mistake. I think that was really, really great refereeing, and the match deserved that because everybody in both teams fenced to an extraordinarily high level. Extraordinary.
Absolutely brilliant. Korea have won the gold medal.
And the Hungarian team, I think, now realise actually they put in a performance worthy of the championship, and they're applauding the crowd.
And you've got to say also, it was fenced with great sporting spirit.
Absolutely, absolutely. They have enormous respect for each other. Phenomenal athletes, phenomenal sportsmen.
And it just came down to that final hit. And now the Hungarians are going over. They're doing a walk around the hall, applauding the crowd, applauding the audience.
For me, that 1 or 2 minutes when Szilágyi was in the zone, pulled out a series of incredible hits against O, was the highlight of this championship.
3 out of these 4 fencers. There in the previous 2, Bukin and all.
Look at that control of distance right at the end at 44 all, the age of 22 against the Olympic champion. To control the distance there by millimeters.
Yeah,
to make
beautiful.
That miss.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. Just there. Look at that. If that blade had hit, Hungary would have won.
Wow.
And that's how much it means to these coaches as well as fencers.
What a way to finish.
És akkor az ezüstérmes csapat, Decsi Tamás, Kémesi Csanád, Szatmári András.